Nintendo has already told us to expect a Nintendo Direct sometime this month, and while at time of writing we don't know exactly when it will be, I'm already seeing a lot of discourse for what we can expect going forward, so I may as well throw my hat in the ring. That said, what I want to talk about isn't actually something I expect to see in the Direct, but instead something that will probably come a little bit later, and that is the future of Super Smash Bros. I'm sure all of you who clicked on this video have thoughts too, so be sure to leave them in the comments or on the Discord server. Or both. I won't stop you. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, in many ways, does feel like the ultimate Smash game. A viable and active competitive scene, every character from previous games, inclusion of some of the biggest fan requests, over 1,000 spirit battles, featuring representation from hundreds of different games. It's really impressive, honestly. That said, this seems unsustainable for the future. Sakurai has talked about how much effort went into this game and all of the returning characters. The licensing for this many third-party icons has to be an absolute nightmare, especially with some studios that don't always like to play nice. Sakurai also seems to be taking a much-deserved break from the series, so if a new game is in the works now, it's likely without his involvement. And with Smash Ultimate being at 2.5 years since the last major update, and a new Nintendo console on the horizon, a lot of us are really wondering what exactly this means for the future of Smash Bros. Different ideas have been rolling around in my head ever since we started talking about the Switch 2, but I think that this year we got some hints that may point towards what Nintendo has planned going forward. Between January and March of this year, Nintendo released 4 new Spirit events, most of which were based on games that released after production ceased on the new content in 2021. These were really small updates in the end, and it's likely that Sakurai didn't have much of a hand in their creation, if any at all. It does seem weird though that they had a team working on this game again all this time after content ceased. I think what's happening is the team refamiliarizing themselves with the game in order to work on future title. Not just any future title, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe. Outside Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Is the most obvious series to receive an updated port rather than a new game. In fact, back when Ultimate was first revealed in 2018, that's what a lot of people thought it was going to be. And it would make complete sense. Smash Bros. Would be an easy cornerstone game for the first year of the new console's life. It would also be a lot easier to keep the rights to a third-party character with a port rather than writing a new contract for an entirely new game. A port could also get by without Sakurai's involvement. So what exactly do I expect to be in this supposed new game? Well, for a start, the entire game included a base, including all the initial run of DLC characters, probably for a $70 price tag since that seems to be the price we're going for now. This would likely also come alongside a new Fighters Pass of, I guess, 5 new characters. Maybe we could also expect one more new character in the base game, something like Piranha Plant was in the Switch version. Alongside that, I'd expect a bunch of new spirit battles, especially ones featuring the DLC fighters since they didn't really get a chance to shine outside of their DLC spirit boards, as well as fights based on the Switch 2 launch titles. It would also be really cool to get either an updated version of World of Light, or an entirely new sequel story, but I don't think that's as much of a shoe-in as the new Fighters Pass. I would also expect a new game mode. Okay, maybe not a new one, but a returning one from previous titles, something like the much-requested Smash Run. For the record, I don't have any insider information at all. This is just all the thoughts that have been swirling around in my head for the last couple of months. If this went well, then that would allow Nintendo to have a viable second director to maybe take over the series and leave Sakurai free to do other things. There's no way we'll be hearing about this in the next couple of weeks, but maybe a couple months down the line, or at the very worst early next year, we'll probably start hearing about new Switch 2 titles, and hopefully something like Smash Bros. Is on there. And with that, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.